What's up, everybody? We're back. I'm George Mossey. I'm here with my co-host, Heather C. Unexpected Season 5, Episode 1 has premiered. We are super excited about it. New faces, fresh faces, familiar faces. Everyone is here. We're going to jump back in. There's a lot to cover from the first episode. And let's revisit Emerson and Mason. We saw them on Baby Bumps, and then we got more of their story on the premiere episode tonight. So Emerson, who is 18, and Mason, who is 17, he's the younger one in the situation, which is interesting. It's usually the other way around. They are expecting a baby, and actually Emerson was pregnant with her mom at the same time, which was really interesting, which helped their relationship. And they said that they've bonded over it. And we learned that Emerson was kind of a problem child, and she snuck out a lot, and she was kind of rebellious. So this pregnancy with her mom together has made their stronger bond, and they're actually able to talk about things, and they have a more open conversation and communication relationship, which is really good. So the thing is, they have been together 11 months, and she told her mother that she was practicing safe sex when she got pregnant, which her mother doesn't know if that's true or not because of the way that she behaved in her sneaking out. They actually had to remove the door from her bedroom because she was smoking marijuana in the house, and her stepfather, Sal, had found out. So what do you think about Emerson? Do you think that Emerson is going to change? Because we found out that she almost went to military school. And we know this story. It's the Paris Hilton story, with having to send a child to a school to try to help change their ways. Do you think that this child is going to do that? She doesn't need to go through any of that massive change in her life. Do you think that this child is going to make her more mature?
I think from the second that she found out that she was pregnant, the fact that she had the worrisome, like, I have to tell my mom, and there's that chance that I disappointed her. I think from that point on, it matured her. And I know that says a lot because you're like, well, how does this girl go from being, party girl, wild, crazy, or whatever? But pregnancy changes a lot of people, especially people that want to keep the baby, people that, want to have a successful pregnancy and keep it long term. You see her in the kitchen, she's cooking alongside of her mom. We don't see her being disrespectful at all. I mean, the cameras are rolling, so we don't know what happens behind closed doors. But I just think that even when the mom was saying her backstory, I didn't believe it just by how well behaved she was. She was listening to her mom talk. She wasn't trying to act all crazy. She wasn't even cussing at her mom like a lot of kids do that. Like, I just felt like, she's like, I have my baby. She was worried about being able to see the father. So I think just by her becoming pregnant, she wants to do right by this baby.
In Silverdale, Washington, where they live, Mason lives an hour away. So for the last five months, they have been kind of dating online through text message and video chat. Because of COVID, they weren't really able to see each other. So they're inviting Mason's family and his dad, Ernie, over so they can have a conversation about what's going to happen going forward when the baby is born. Was Emerson going to be able to go to Mason's house? Because apparently this is how she ended up pregnant. Erica, who is Emerson's mom, believes there is a lack of supervision at their home. So she is worried about sending her daughter there because of what happened. And it might be a little too late for that. The damage is done. But I do understand her concerns. So I think it's very mature that the two families want to sit down together and talk about these things within a more calm, less argumentative way. They're able to have an adult conversation about it.
I definitely think that they're doing the right thing by having a sit down. You could tell that her mom has a lot of concerns. I mean, that is her child, although, like you said, I think it might be a little too late because, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You get pregnant and that already happened. At this point, I think let down the wall or the barrier a little bit for trust. I mean, they seem like they're a good balanced family. I mean, obviously, his mom has had a little troubles in the past, but according to him, she seems to be getting her life back on track. I'm not faulting or blaming her mom for being loving or overprotective because nobody could tell you how to love or care for your child but you. So I don't fault her at all. I mean, that's her baby until the day they die. You know what I mean? So if she wants to be overprotective and care who's around her children, I can't fault her for that. But due to the fact that she is pregnant, she's going to be a mom herself, and she is 18 years of age. I think it wouldn't hurt any to like let her go an hour away, maybe just to spend the night. Maybe go to their house, check out the house environment, make sure it's a safe environment. You know, they don't live in a sketchy area. Make sure there's no like drugs or anything around the house. Just maybe they should take turns going over to each other's house and see if it's a safe environment. Maybe then she'll feel a little bit better and secure who's around her children.
I like that idea. Definitely. Kind of survey the area.
Yeah.
All right, so let's head to Russellville, Kentucky, because we want to check in with Tyra and Layla and Alex, who are living together now. Right? That's crazy. They have a house
Didn't
together.
See that.
Right. And I don't want to start too soon, but Layla's 2 years old and she's in the terrible twos and she's kind of giving her mom a run for her money. We saw her and how she throws her little tantrums, which is still super cute because we don't have to be there when they happen. So we understand what Tyra is going through. But they've gotten a house together, Tyra and Alex, and things were fine. And then a couple months later, Alex drops a bomb on her that he is seeing other people. And which I don't understand because Tyra says they were sleeping in the same bed. They had no real communication about him not being only with her until she found out that he wasn't only with her. And I don't know if it's true or not, but we're hearing that this other girl could be pregnant and he could also be moving away to live with this girl. This is all hearsay. We haven't heard from Alex yet. We'll hear from Alex on episode 2. But this is a lot to take in. This is a lot because we did know that their relationship was rocky from last season, but she did move to a closer college and she was taking strides to improve their relationship. But I wonder if it was just too late.
You know, this really hurts me because I have always been team, you know, Alex and Tyra. I always wanted them to work out because I think they're really cute. Although last season, you know, they kind of did each other wrong. I mean, they tried to make it work with the long distance and the college thing, but we did see her being a typical college girl, hanging with the boys and, you know, trying to just live her life while he was playing stay-at-home parent.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you could kind of tell where he was just like, I want to move on with my life. But instead, he went and made the commitment and moved in with her.
Yeah.
So here's where I fault this part of the relationship. If things were going south then, maybe they should have kept things the way they were going until they figured each other out. I'm not exactly sure why they would make that jump to go to the next step, to get a house, to say, okay, because by then you're saying, I forgive you. You're saying, I want to be in a relationship with you. I want to make this work for, you know, Layla and for each other. So how are you going to go and move in with her and pursue another relationship?
Yeah.
So now, instead of you being the victim, this makes you look like you're in the wrong and Tyra look like the vulnerable one trying to make the relationship work. And the fact that he's trying to pursue this relationship is fine. Do what you want to do. But why are you still sleeping with her? You're making it so confusing for all parties. And that's why I said it's sad because it seems like part of him doesn't want to let her go.
Yeah.
But he wants to have his cake and eat it too. Bottom line is they were too young to be playing house. They weren't ready to be that mature. And it was kind of forced upon because once you have a baby, you're in it. And I think that being so young, it's confusing for everybody. So what they're doing is not out of pocket for their age. It just sucks because they're parents and we expect them to know better. But not necessarily. They don't because they're still learning. So I hope that as we watch the season, we get more answers because I'm really sad. I wanted them to work out.
Deserves both of her parents, and they need to be on speaking terms, and they need to be able to do things together and co-parent. Exactly. And this situation could ruin the co-parenting situation, and that's what I worry about. I just worry about Layla. Layla deserves everything. She deserves 2 parents that can show up to everything that she does and have a conversation together and show that they love her. And I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that's what happens this season. All right, guys, that's it for part 2. So Unexpected is new every Sunday night. Make sure you're watching and live tweeting with us. I cannot wait to talk about the new season. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host, Heather C. We will talk to you guys really soon.